Good evening, pals. My name is Bear Peter, and I'm today the presenter of English Slide Down Day 31. So, question: to hospital or to the hospital? Answer: whether to use that before hospital is a well-established but mysterious difference between British and American English. People in the UK say they go to hospital, and people in the US say they go to the hospital. There doesn't seem to be any logical reason of why we use the word they here. It's rarely added for similar terms. We also use to hospital when we need to go to a hospital with a health problem. We also use to their hospital when we visit a hospitalized person. Examples: he died after being taken to hospital in critical condition. I have to be sober when I go to hospital tomorrow. A man had gotten into a coma after drinking a bottle of vodka, and he'd been taken to hospital in an ambulance. Certain products, for example, immunoglobulins, are delivered directly by the manufacturer to the hospital or other healthcare setting. Take him to the hospital or take him to hospital. He had a nervous breakdown. We went to the hospital in Jackson, dove out of the third floor, the third or fourth day, and killed himself. Scrolling back up to the previous days, lesson 29 and 30, and the question was in hospital or in the hospital. So whether to use the before hospital is a well-established but mysterious difference between British and American English. People in the UK say they are in hospital, and people in the US say they are in the hospital. There doesn't seem to be any logical reason why we use the word they here. It's rarely added for similar terms. For example, if you were attending college, you wouldn't say you were in the college. You'd say you were in college. And if you had ended up on the wrong side of the law, you wouldn't say you were in the prison, you would say you were in prison. There are certain instances when you would use the word that though. We leave off there. When we leave off there, we're indicating that we have a certain ongoing relationship with these institutions. We are a student at college, for example, or an inmate in prison. Since people in Britain and America have different healthcare systems, maybe the British feel that they have more of a relationship between their hospitals than we do in America, but that's just a wild guess. So we do sometimes use the word there with similar words like college or prison, though, and when we do, we're usually saying something different. We're specifying a place. For example, you could say that you're visiting the college your mom attended, or that the electricity was out in the prison nearby. So moving ahead. So to wrap up, in hospital versus in the hospital are regional difference between UK and the US English. There is no established reason these differences developed. So, and at least none that we can pinpoint for sure. Now, examples. Your spouse is in hospital after a suicide attempt. The person in question lost consciousness in the course of the police action and died 3 days later in hospital. These are various methods of tubal ligation, all are done in a hospital under local and general anesthetic. Over 100 magnetic door contacts operate in the vehicle in the hospital. Will I have to spend the night in the hospital to receive the treatment? Scrolling back up. So day 28. At hospital, at the hospital. At hospital is usually used with the verbs that require the preposition at. After them, such as arrive at, stay at. One can arrive, stay, be, etc. Okay, at hospital. As a patient or worker of the hospital. So, examples. John arrived at hospital at 10 p.m. She works at hospital. The patient stayed at hospital. The patient stayed at hospital overnight. At the hospital is very often used with the same meaning as at hospital. However, it's also utilized when speaking about visitors or things that are at the hospital. Okay, next thing. Like examples. He's at the hospital visiting his aunt. They have some great modern facilities at the hospital. We went to get care at the hospital. And when you arrived at the hospital, what was the prognosis that they gave you about your recovery? I know a good doctor at the hospital. I will take one more day. Okay, add into on work, add into on the work, at the work. It is particularly used in expressions such as at the workplace. Look at the work of the designer. Look at the work I've done. You're good at the work you do. Example. Mom, look at the work I've done. In the work. In the work is normally used in situations such as I found some mistakes in the work that you did. We believe in the work that you're doing. I'm always busy in the workplace. Example. Excellent job, Mike. I haven't found any mistakes in the work you've done. To the work is usually utilized in phrases such as he is committed to the work he's doing. Alright, so he is committed to the work he's doing. They're returning to the work they started yesterday, tomorrow. What was the critic's response to the work you created? Okay. Example. He is stressful because he is committed to the work he's doing. Next, on the work is usually utilized in phrases such as, what's your opinion on the work that you see John doing? I'd like to commend the three of you ladies on the work that you're doing. Next thing. So he commended us on the work we've done. I love that. So we're not gonna scroll any further. So up to here because the points are very, very long. It's too long. Alright, so don't forget to repeat the old vocabulary. And I'll see you in a week or two. In a day or two, sorry. Bye.